Now we are live on YouTube. Okay, my next question, Tahira. Have you ever bought shoes online?
I'm a bit scared about this because there is a issues for fit or unfit of shoes because I'm not able to uh, get trial for purchasing shoes, so that I'm always trying to avoid purchasing shoes through online. I prefer to purchase shoes from physical stores.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're just like me. I think most of us, right? We
Right.
want something that we can touch, we can
Exactly.
try on before we buy. And that's pretty normal. Okay, once again, I'm going to greet Morium. I know she said to me, she texted me that she is
Yes, ma'am.
oh, hi Miriam, you're there. I know it's you don't really participate as much
Yes.
like this, but don't worry. Uh, just take your time. You don't have to jump in right away. You can, make yourself comfortable first, and then when you are ready, when you feel like, okay, I'm ready to go, just let me know. And the sign is you turn on your camera. Once I see you on camera, then that means you're ready. Okay, but if
Uh,
you're not, don't worry. Yeah, you can just be an observer if you like. But anytime,
okay.
feel free to join, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Next class, I will show my face.
Yeah, but if you want to participate, that's a requirement because you see, like now, there's nothing. No one can see you, and it's just a black screen, and we are live on YouTube. YouTube, anyways. Okay. Okay, so I'll continue with Tahira and just let me know. Well, you turn on your camera when you are ready, and that's the time I know that you are ready for to participate. Okay, about shoes, Tahira.
Okay.
Now, how much money do you usually spend on shoes?
It actually depends, but from my daily accessories budget, I want to invest maybe 20 to 50% of my overall spending on my daily life. So, and for uh, thrice a year, I love to purchase shoes for different occasions.
Okay, next question. And this is your last for part one, and then we'll move on to your card. Okay, so your last question. Which do you prefer, fashionable shoes or comfortable shoes?
Definitely, I will go for comfortable shoes because it's very important to get comfort for shoes because it actually carry all weight of your body. So if it won't be comfortable, then you will not feeling well, and as well as it's also risky for life or our body to wear uncomfortable shoes.
Okay, good. Now let's jump into our, oh, I'll send you some cue card to answer, okay?
Okay.
Hmm. Cue card. I know I got it. Okay, here we go. Okay, Not sure about leisure. Okay. So here we go. Your cue card is talk about a leisure activity that you would like to do. In your bullet points, what is it? Why would you like to do it? And with whom would you like to do it? Your leisure activity. Okay, your 1 minute starts now. 1 minute. While you're at it, Tahira, I'll talk to Mariam. Mariam, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Oh, hi, there you are. So you are a sister of Habib,
Yes, I'm a sister of a Habib.
and Habib is in London now, right?
Yes, now Bhaiya live in Canada. Yeah, live in London.
Yeah,
Now,
in the UK. Okay,
yes, yes.
just a moment. Okay, Tahira, you can start speaking now.
Okay. Among various type of leisure activities, I would like to mention one of my leisure activities, which is listening music. From my childhood, basically, I'm a peace-loving person. That's why I find my pleasure into listening music whenever I get time. Uh, uh, I love music due to some specific reason because it come down comes down my mind, and I get pleasure and relaxation through listening music. Actually, it's I can listen music from any device like laptop, mobile phone, or any kind of device, so that it doesn't need to uh, mm, do this hobby with this leisure activities with someone. I can enjoy it by my own. But if anybody with me there whenever I listen music, it's not bad for me, especially if it would be with my friends, my younger sisters. That will be soothing for me, and I can share my joy with them whenever I spending my leisure activities. So if you say that in future I would be continue it or not, then I will say obviously I will.
Okay, time is up. All right,
Thank you.
good job. Okay, Tahira, so since Mariam is ready to participate, maybe if you can do me a favor, you can give her questions, part one questions, and then after that, I will give, if Mariam is ready also to answer cue cards, then I can give her a cue card. If not, then we'll move on to part three questions. I'll give you a few part three questions each of you.
No problem. I have part one questions if she's ready to participate.
Okay, Mariam, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, but I'm a little bit nervous because
Don't
this is
worry
first
about
time.
it.
No problem. It's
I'm
just
nervous too.
try to enjoy the session. You can take it as a normal conversation, nothing else.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I'll
think
try my best.
it's normal to get nervous. I get nervous too, but as you go, you kind of feel like feel better. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Go.
So, how are you, Mariam?
I'm good. And what about you?
I'm also fine. Now, I want to ask you some question about part one, and your topic is food and cooking. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Your first question is, what sort of food do you like eating most?
Uh, uh, Basically, I like to eat homemade food because I'm a horrible cook. I'm a horrible cook, but my mom made is so many delicious food. So my choice is to for homemade food. So but sometimes I try some street foods also, and
Okay.
but I
Uh,
prefer homemade food.
okay. Who normally does the cooking in your home?
Basically, my mom done this, and also I help her in cooking.
Okay. Do you watch cookery programs on TV?
Yes, yes, I does. Yes, I do.
Okay. In general, do you prefer eating out or eating at home?
Most probably, I do both. It depends on time and situation, and also that where I am. So if any function at my home, then we prefer to homemade food. My mom makes some delicious food and varieties of foods, and sometimes when I go outside with my friends or my cousins, then we try some street foods, or we go restaurant to take some meal.
Okay. This is all about your part one question.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
all right. So are you ready to answer cue card or do cue card questions? Or do you prefer part three, Mariam?
um, Ma'am, I don't know. You can ask me anything. I will try to answer them.
All right, let's do that. So I'm gonna ask you part three questions. So normally part three questions, your answer would be longer than part one questions, right?
Yes.
So one, for example, when you said you answered one question and you said, yes, I do. That was good because you tried to make it shorter, but it's too short also. It's sometimes it's really challenging to make a balance, to strike that balance, to what is short and what is not short. Because yeah, we can say, oh yes, I do. But I think it's you can say, for example, yes, I do. For example, the other day I bought this food and I enjoyed, or I think it was about a TV show, cookery show. And you can say, yes, yes, I do watch. The other day I watched this kind of show. It was fun. And that's it. So you can add a little bit more. Okay. And for
Yes.
part three questions, it's longer, but not too long. I know there are others who would answer like more than 1 minute, but ideally from my course that I've learned, ideally 45 seconds is the ideal length of your answer. Okay, so now let's start with your part three question.
Here I have a question.
Oh yeah.
Basically, how we can measure our length of speech is like 45 or 50 seconds. So is it only matter of practice?
Yeah, you practice and try to time when you answer those questions.
Okay.
But I noticed also that the ideal way of answering the question, for example, if it's, do you agree this, and that, and then you say, yes, I do agree. And then you state the reason. So you go like, because I do agree, because this and this and that, for example. And then when you do that, these three things, it's the ideal length. When you say because, don't go like elaborating or explaining a lot of, you have lots of ideas in your head, but try to control the, this enthusiasm that you have, and the drive in you that you have to tell everything. You can say, because let's say, for example, do you agree? I can't think of any question, but anyways, do you agree to preserve for example, a heritage building? You say, oh yes, I do agree. And it's because heritage building, they have to stay because they have like a historical value, for example. So you see, historical value. So there are only two sentences that you give for your reason for because. And then, for example, there is a famous building here, a heritage building near my place. And there was a history about like a spy hiding, and yeah, so it's interesting, and that's it. So you have the opinion, yes, I do. And you have the reason, because, and then you have the example, and the example this, da, da, da. And all in all, that would take you like only 45 seconds. So if you kind of follow that pattern, that guide, you won't really go very long. You won't talk a lot of things. You don't go like round and round, round and round, and you just kind of repeat all the words that you are saying, because that's the possibility when you answer too long. You keep
Thank you
repeating.
so much for this tip, because it's really very important. We are always be frightened for part 3 question, how we should continue this part. So yeah, I got the structure. So
Yeah.
if this structure we should keep in mind, then it will not be a challenge for us to continue part 3 question.
Yeah, exactly. It's simple, right? It's simple to think.
Exactly. It's really very
You have
simple.
these three, principles.
I didn't know it before very consciously. Maybe I knew, but right now it's like very fresh in my mind. So
Mhm.
I will try to keep it up.
Another tip that I've learned from Keith
Okay.
O'Hare. I watched his video not too long ago, and he said that if you think you don't have any ideas anymore, you just keep repeating the words, it's better to stop. You don't have to comply the long answer if you don't have anything to say that's sensible anymore. If you are just saying things that don't make sense anymore, then just stop. You are not obliged to really give more answers. And it
Okay.
makes sense to me, right? Because it's easier for you, it's easier for the examiner,
Okay.
because you don't have to think of more ideas, and you can't think of them, and you can't think of the words, so it's easier for both.
Okay. Could you please make it clear through an easiest example? That will be better for me.
What kind of example? It depends on what question, Tahira.
Okay. Okay.
So
Like
just
any topic that I'm not familiar with, right?
okay, for example, when you asked Moriam, do you watch cooking shows? And your opinion is, yes, I do. And it's because, but this one is for part 3 questions, but you asked Morium part 1. For part 1 is shorter, like I said. So this one, to make it a little bit longer than part 1, you say, yes, I do. And the reason is, so you have the reason, right? And the reason is, it's interesting for me to learn new recipes. For example, the other day I watched this show that this host, he was cooking a, let's say, a pastry, or he was making a pastry, baking a pastry or something like that. And I learned that in that pastry, you only have 3 ingredients and that's it. You don't have to, and that was really, and I tried to make it the next day. So it's you have a picture. Your examiner can see a picture what you are doing. It's not like you keep on giving words and words, and it's like, what is she saying? I don't understand. The examiner understands the words, but can't make a picture of what you're talking about, because it's like all are general. But if you say, like the other day, or for example, there is a picture that you can paint from your words. Anyway, so let's continue because I have to go soon.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just give you guys, each of you, I'll give you part 3 questions, okay?
Okay.
So this is for Morium. I'll give you questions like Morium, and then Tahira, and then Morium, back to Morium. Okay, here is your question, Morium. What kind of people would like to go to a cafe?
I like to go. I like to go cafe with my family and my and also my friends, uh, because uh,
That's okay. So the question is, what kind of people would like to go to a cafe? What kind of people? Maybe you can say, oh, generally the people who would like to go to a cafe are the people who like to socialize, because going out, having a cafe, you would see people in the same place and you can talk to them. Okay, so people who want to socialize. So that's the kind of people, and that's it. You just, or you can say, but me personally, I prefer to have my coffee or to have my cookies and my coffee in my own home, because my mom makes a good coffee. Okay. Okay. So next question. Why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home? Tahira, it's your question.
Okay. Basically, youth people prefer to study in cafe because they might get interesting atmosphere where they can chit chat with their friends and have some delicious foods and drinks, and all together they can enjoy study, and also with their uh, you know uh, funny activities. So at home, sometimes they prefer to study in home, but it depends on their mind.
Okay. Okay, so Mariam disappears. Maybe it's her internet. So your next question, Tahira. Do old people like to drink coffee?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear properly.
Do old people like
Okay.
to drink coffee?
Um, I reckon it depends on their tastes and choice also. Uh, for example, my father, he is enough old person, but he preferred to have coffee whenever he wants, and but at the same time, my younger sister, who is very younger, don't prefer to have more hot drinks like coffee or tea. So it really depends on their taste.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Morium, welcome back. So are you ready for another question, Morium?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
Okay. So your next question would be, um, do people in your country, Morium, like to drink coffee?
Please, ma'am, repeat the question again.
Do the people in your country like to drink coffee? Do they like to drink coffee?
Uh, yes, they do, but basically it depends on in depends on their time and their moods also, and uh, they do. Uh, my brother and I also in my family, me and my brother like to take some coffee, um, and in my country they also like to take coffee in cafe. uh, they went there with their friends or relatives or their cousins, uh, so it prefers that who goes there and 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 whom with them. So
Okay.
they like to go cafe to uh, to
With
take some
friends, with their friends, or
yeah, with their friends.
all right. Okay. So next question. This is another topic. So it's about books and movies. Do you prefer books or movies? Tahira, this is for you.
Basically, I prefer movies than books because I'm not a uh, great fan of reading books. Uh, for example, mostly whenever any new movie releases, I prefer to go to cinema to watch movie with my friends or family members.
Okay, that's good. So next question. Do you think it is important to read the book before watching the movie version of it? Mariam, it's for you. It's okay. You have to unmute, Mariam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
uh,
So I'll say it again. Do you think it is important to read the book before watching the movie version of it?
if we yeah, this is important. I think, in my opinion, I think um, if people read book before see the movie version, then then we have um, to know their story, their movies story. They know before they saw the before they see the movie version. I mean to say that if they read book uh, to know their movies story, then when they see the movie, then they recognize the character and pretend um, to that that what is going on the uh, next screen. um, then they can recognize the character, and then they know about their thoughts, and what will come in next, and uh, they know to
They know
what
in
is,
advance what to expect.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So next question, and this will be our last, and then we can wrap it up. Okay, next question. Do boys and girls like the same kinds of books? It's for you, Tahira.
Basically, I don't think so. Both boys and girls prefer some kind of book because their tastes are different to some extent. For example, boys might prefer uh, more thrilling and adventurous books, where girls might prefer, some interesting, funny, or historical books. For example, uh, I may prefer some romantic history book, or something historical, rather than my youngest brother, who is really a great fan of detective and thriller storybook lover.
Okay. I think I'm similar to what your brother likes, because I like
Okay.
also action. I like action-packed stories. I used to like romance and everything, but then I grew out of it. I kind of like, I feel like they're boring. Like no
Really?
action. It's like crying, just crying,
Right.
Anyways, thank you for joining me, ladies, and I'll see you again next time. Okay,
Thank
guys,
you so much.
welcome. Okay,
Goodbye.
Morgan, thank you for joining.